Welcome to the Lincoln Bio Podcast, your one-stop destination for life-changing insights on health, wealth, legal education, relationships, and more. Ready to level up? Let's dive into the knowledge designed to transform your life.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving deep today into something I think you're really going to be into. Boosting brain power. You sent in a ton of research and notes, and even this PDF titled Smarter Brain Training.
Yeah.
So it's obvious you're trying to sharpen your mind.
It seems like you're really on a mission here.
You are. Okay,
Yeah,
so...
and you're not alone in this.
Okay.
It's fascinating. Studies show that with the right stimulation, our brains, the human brain, can keep developing, adapting throughout our whole lives. It's like we've got this mental gym membership, right?
I love that. Yeah, like a mental gym membership.
But instead of building muscles, we're strengthening those neural pathways, those connections.
Okay, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
But this PDF you sent, it kind of debunks some popular myths about brain training. Like all those brain training apps everyone's always talking about, they might not actually be the key to unlocking some like higher level of intelligence.
Right. You know what's interesting here is that while those apps can definitely make you better at the specific tasks they give you, the overall impact on your cognitive function might be kind of limited. You know, it's like practicing the same tennis serve again and again. You'll get really good at that serve.
Right.
But it won't necessarily make you a better all-around player, right?
So what the PDF is kind of suggesting is that we need to be challenging our brains in more diverse and engaging ways.
Exactly. And the PDF, it really highlights this whole concept of neuroplasticity.
Okay.
And that's basically the brain's amazing ability to change, reorganize itself based on what we experience.
Okay.
And guess what? Activities like picking up a new language, playing a musical instrument, or even just navigating a new city, those can actually have a much greater impact on neuroplasticity than just doing those repetitive brain teasers.
So instead of just like drilling ourselves with flashcards, we should be seeking out activities that force our brains to work in new and challenging ways.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
It does. It does. And the PDF even goes deeper into this idea, exploring how activities we might not even think of as brain training can have huge effects on our cognitive abilities.
Oh, really?
Like, for example, have you ever noticed how playing video games, can sometimes improve your focus and reaction time?
Wait, hold on. Are you saying my love of video games could actually be good for my brain?
Well, maybe let's not get ahead of ourselves. But the interesting thing is that certain video games, they require a lot of strategic thinking, problem solving, hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
And you know what? Those skills can totally translate into benefits in other parts of life.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So it's not just about sitting down with a brain training app for 20 minutes every day.
Right.
It's about actively engaging in life, seeking out experiences that push us out of our comfort zones and force our brains to adapt and grow.
Exactly. And the PDF gets even more interesting when it starts talking about nutrition and brain function. Did you know even small deficiencies in certain nutrients can significantly impact cognitive performance?
I've heard about that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I always assumed it was just get your basic vitamins and minerals.
Well, that's definitely important, but the PDF goes beyond just the basics.
Okay.
It specifically highlights how important magnesium is for optimal brain health.
Magnesium, I know it's good for muscle cramps. But what does that have to do with brain power?
That's a great question, and the PDF actually provides some fascinating insights into how magnesium plays a crucial role in learning and memory. It's involved in the transmission of signals between neurons, and research suggests that even slight magnesium deficiencies can impair cognitive function.
Okay. That's pretty mind-blowing. So if I'm not getting enough magnesium, it could actually be affecting my ability to learn and remember things.
Exactly. And that's just one example of how paying attention to what we put into our bodies can have a direct impact on our brain power.
Wow.
Okay.
That's incredible.
It is fascinating, right?
So we've been talking about how magnesium can impact our brain power. But what are some practical ways to make sure we're getting enough? Are we talking spinach smoothies every day?
Well, leafy greens like spinach are definitely a good source, but there are plenty of other magnesium-rich foods you can work into your diet.
Okay.
Things like almonds, avocado, even dark chocolate.
Ooh.
Little treat with brain-boosting benefits.
Now you're speaking my language. But the PDF also delves into this idea of working memory and how it's not just about storage space in our brains.
Right.
But more about the ability to manipulate information.
Absolutely. It's fascinating how the PDF challenges that traditional view of working memory. It explains that it's not just a passive storage container,
Right.
but more of like an active processing center,
Okay.
where we hold information, manipulate it, and use it to solve problems and make decisions.
So it's less like a filing cabinet and more like a mental workbench.
Exactly. And the PDF suggests that we can actually strengthen our working memory by practicing visualization techniques.
Oh, interesting.
So instead of just trying to remember a list of items by rote repetition, you could try to create a vivid mental image that connects those items in a meaningful way.
So instead of just trying to remember milk, eggs, bread,
Yeah.
I could picture a giant loaf of bread with eggs nestled inside and a carton of milk balanced on top.
That's the idea. By engaging multiple senses and creating a memorable visual, you're essentially strengthening those neural connections associated with those items, making them easier to recall.
I'm definitely going to try that next time I'm at the grocery store. But speaking of mental exercises, the PDF also touches on the concept of mindfulness and mental state control.
Mm-hmm.
Is this suggesting that we can actually train our brains to feel more focused or motivated, like on demand?
It's a fascinating area of research, and the PDF does highlight some promising findings.
Okay.
The idea is that by practicing mindfulness techniques like meditation, we can learn to become more aware of our thoughts and emotions and ultimately gain greater control over our mental state.
So it's not just about clearing your mind and chanting Om. It's about developing the ability to direct your attention and focus where you want it to go.
Precisely. And the PDF explains that this ability to control our mental state is crucial for everything from managing stress and anxiety to improving cognitive performance and even boosting creativity.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
But is there any scientific evidence to support these claims?
Absolutely. The PDF cites studies showing that regular meditation can actually increase gray matter in the brain,
Wow.
specifically in areas associated with attention, memory, and emotional regulation.
That's pretty impressive. So by taking a few minutes each day to quiet our minds and focus on our breath, we're essentially giving our brains a workout and rewiring them for greater focus, resilience, and even creativity.
It's not a magic bullet, of course, but the research does suggest that mindfulness practices can have a profound impact on brain structure and function.
Okay, that's amazing.
And what's even more interesting is that the PDF goes on to discuss this idea of accidental brain training.
Accidental brain training.
Yeah.
So like, I'm getting smarter without even knowing it.
Well, it's more about recognizing the cognitive benefits of activities we might not typically associate with brain training. We already talked about how video games can challenge our brains in unique ways, but the PDF also highlights activities like learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, or even engaging in social activities.
So the key takeaway here is that it's not just about structured brain training exercises. It's about embracing a lifestyle that constantly challenges our brains and keeps them engaged.
Exactly. The more diverse and stimulating our experiences, the more adaptable and resilient our brains become.
This is making me rethink my entire approach to learning and personal growth. It's not just about cramming information or mastering specific skills.
Right.
It's about cultivating a lifestyle that nourishes our brains and allows them to thrive.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And speaking of nourishing our brains, the PDF emphasizes the crucial link between physical activity and cognitive function.
Wait, you're telling me exercise can actually make me smarter? I thought it was just about physical fitness.
It's definitely about physical fitness, but the benefits extend way beyond that.
Okay.
Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, which delivers essential nutrients and oxygen.
Yeah.
It also stimulates the production of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is essentially a growth hormone for our brains.
BDNF. That sounds pretty important, but I've never heard of it before.
Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain cells.
Okay.
It helps them grow, connect, and thrive. And exercise is one of the most effective ways to boost BDNF levels naturally.
So by getting our heart rate up and breaking a sweat, we're actually giving our brains a shot of this brain-boosting fertilizer.
That's right. And the benefits go beyond just memory and learning. Exercise has also been shown to improve mood, reduce stress, and even protect against age-related cognitive decline.
Okay, you've officially convinced me to dust off my running shoes. But before I hit the gym, there's one more concept from the PDF. I want to explore this idea of discovery as a driver of brain plasticity.
Ah, yes. The PDF argues that one of the most potent ways to keep our brains young and adaptable is to constantly expose them to novel experiences.
Okay.
Whether it's traveling to a new place, learning a new skill, or even just striking up a conversation with someone from a different background, Those moments of discovery can have a profound impact on brain function.
So it's not just about what we know.
Right.
It's about constantly seeking out the unknown and embracing those aha moments that come with exploring new territories.
Precisely. The PDF suggests that this kind of outward-looking mindset is essential for maintaining a healthy, vibrant, and adaptable brain throughout our lives.
This is so inspiring. We've gone from debunking brain training myths to exploring the power of nutrition, exercise, mindfulness, and now the importance of embracing new experiences. It's like a whole new world of possibilities has opened up.
It really is amazing, isn't it? The potential we all have.
It is. It is. It feels like we've covered so much ground already, from magnesium and visualization to accidental brain training and the power of discovery. My brain is definitely feeling the burn in the best way possible. It feels like we've covered so much ground already, from magnesium and visualization to accidental brain training and the power of discovery. My brain is definitely feeling the burn in the best way possible.
It's incredible how much we can learn from just one deep dive, isn't it? And the beauty of it is that all of these strategies are accessible to anyone who's willing to put in the effort.
That's what's so exciting about this.
Yeah.
It's not about some expensive brain training program or magic pill. It's about making conscious choices each day to support our brain health.
Exactly. And the PDF really drives home this point. It's not about finding one magic bullet solution. It's about adopting a holistic approach that encompasses nutrition, exercise, mental training, and a thirst for new experiences.
So it's like all these different pieces working together to create a symphony of brain power.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And when all these pieces are in harmony, that's when we unlock our true cognitive potential.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different strategies, but if we had to distill it down to a few key takeaways for our listeners, what would they be?
Well, I think the PDF highlights 3 fundamental principles: lifelong learning, holistic well-being, and an outward-looking mindset.
I love that. Lifelong learning, that's about constantly feeding our curiosity, challenging ourselves with new information and skills, never letting our brains get stagnant.
Exactly. And holistic well-being encompasses everything from nutrition and exercise to sleep and stress management. Our brains thrive when our bodies are healthy and balanced.
And an outward-looking mindset, that's about being curious about the world, seeking out new experiences, and embracing different perspectives.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that our brains are not isolated entities, but intricately connected to our physical health, our emotional well-being, and our interactions with the world around us.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. We've debunked myths, explored cutting-edge research, and uncovered practical strategies for optimizing our brain power. But more importantly, it's shifted my entire perspective on what it means to have a smart brain.
I'm so glad to hear that, and I hope our listeners feel the same way. It's not about IQ scores or memorizing facts. It's about cultivating a lifestyle that supports a healthy, vibrant, and adaptable brain throughout our lives.
It's about embracing the journey of lifelong learning and recognizing that our brains have the incredible capacity to grow and evolve, no matter our age or background.
Exactly. And the most exciting part is that this journey is entirely within our control. We have the power to make choices each day that nourish our brains and unlock their true potential.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a challenge. What one thing will you do today to nurture your brain and embrace the incredible gift of neuroplasticity?
Will you try a new visualization technique? Explore a new topic that piques your curiosity? Or simply take a few minutes to quiet your mind and appreciate the amazing capabilities of your own brain? The choice is yours.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of brain optimization. Remember, a smarter brain is not a destination, it's a journey, and it starts with a single step. It feels like we've covered so much ground already, from, magnesium and visualization to accidental brain training and the power of discovery. My brain is definitely feeling the burn in the best way possible.
It really is incredible how much we can learn in just one deep dive.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that all of these strategies, they're accessible to anyone, anyone willing to put in the effort.
That's what's so exciting about all this. It's not about like some expensive brain training program or magic pill.
Right.
It's about making conscious choices every day that support, our brain health.
Exactly. And the PDF, it really emphasizes this. It's not about finding that one magic solution.
Right.
It's more about adopting like a holistic approach, one that brings together nutrition, exercise, mental training, and a thirst for new experiences.
So it's like all these different pieces kind of working together to create this symphony of brain power.
Yeah. That's a beautiful way to put it. And when all these pieces are working in harmony, well, that's when we unlock our true cognitive potential.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different strategies, but if we had to distill it down to a few key takeaways for our listeners, what would they be?
Well, I think the PDF highlights 3 fundamental principles: lifelong learning, holistic well-being, and an outward-looking mindset.
I love that. Lifelong learning. That's got to be about constantly feeding our curiosity.
Yeah.
Challenging ourselves with new information, new skills, never letting our brains get stagnant.
Exactly. And that holistic well-being, well, it encompasses everything from nutrition, exercise, to even sleep, stress management.
Wow. Okay.
Our brains, they really thrive when our bodies are healthy and balanced.
And an outward-looking mindset. What's that about?
Well, that's about being curious about the world, seeking out new experiences, embracing different perspectives.
So it's about recognizing that our brains aren't like these isolated things.
Right.
They're actually intricately connected to our physical health, our emotional well-being, and how we interact with the world around us.
Precisely.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. I mean, we've debunked myths, explored some cutting-edge research, uncovered practical strategies to optimize, our brain power.
Yeah.
But more importantly, for me at least, it's shifted my whole perspective on what it even means to have a smart brain.
I'm so glad to hear that. And I really hope our listeners feel the same way. It's not about IQ scores or memorizing a bunch of facts.
Right.
It's about cultivating a lifestyle that supports, a healthy, vibrant, and adaptable brain throughout our lives.
It's about embracing that journey of lifelong learning, recognizing that our brains have this incredible capacity to, grow and evolve, no matter how old we are or what our background is.
Exactly. And the most exciting part is that this journey, it's totally in our control.
Wow, that's powerful.
We have the power to make choices every single day that nourish our brains and unlock their true potential.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a challenge. What one thing will you do today to nurture your brain and embrace that incredible gift of neuroplasticity?
Will you try a new visualization technique? Maybe explore a new topic that piques your interest? Or even just take a few minutes to quiet your mind and appreciate the amazing capabilities of your own brain.
The choice is yours. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of brain optimization. Remember, a smarter brain isn't a destination, it's a journey, and it starts with a single step.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Link in Bio podcast. Want to dive deeper into today's topic? Grab your copy now. Just click the link in the description. Stay curious, stay empowered, and we'll see you next time.